Hey there, my fellow rechecks. Rabbit here again for Warhammer 40k Darktide. I got a build that I want to share with you for the Skitarii, and there's going to be two of them, but it's kind of like two different flavors of the same build. Alright, it's going to involve Voltaic Emitter and Power Overload for the first half, and the second one is again Voltaic Emitter plus Flensing protocols. Right, so both of these will primarily be for crowd control, electrocution, get stacks, give things brittleness, shock everything, and stun stagger. Okay, but there's a couple of things that are a little bit different. But let's talk about the stuff that's going to remain the same. Right, the arc Maul. Stat wise, I find that I'm okay with splitting the mobility and the penetration to 70-70, so it's not exactly a perfect roll. If you want to run a perfect roll, then you want to find an arc Maul that has mobility at 60% while everything else is at 80. For the perks, I'm actually going to give it +2 stamina. I'm going to give it melee critical chance. I want to have at least some way to get a little bit of extra critical chance to kick off on this build. Alright, what about the blessings? So blessings, I'm going to use Thunderous, so every time I hit, I'm going to give something brittleness. Can stack up to 16 times, and brittleness is a thing where it increases the damage from all sources on a target that has this condition. I'm also going to run Enhanced Voltaic Arcs. This is going to make it so when I do the Arc Lightning, the special activated weapon attack for the Arc Maul. So when that Arc Lightning jumps, it's going to get a little bit of a boost to how far it can jump, and it can jump to 2 additional targets. And the idea with this build is you hit a couple of different targets with the Arc Lightning, and you can really clear out a horde that way. Also, when you use the Voltaic Emitter, you can then go in with a special for the Arc Maul, and you can do it that way. So it's going to be a lot of shocking and stunning that way as well. Oh, and also, when you have a charge up for the Arc Maul and you activate it and you do a push block, that's going to do an AoE electrocution that will stack or give things stacks of brittleness, and it electrocutes enemies. So that's going to help the team take down a bunch of different targets all at once. But again, this build is about electrocuting, giving a lot of things brittleness, and helping the team dish out more damage. This build isn't necessarily going to be for you to deal a ton of damage. I mean, you still be able to do a lot, but the idea is that your team is going to deal a ton of damage because of brittleness. Alright, the ranged weapon, the arc rifle. So this one, I've been playing around with it, and I feel like this is the best build that at least works for me. So dump stat is going to be 60% into mobility right here. Everything else is going to be at 80%. Perks is critical strike chance, and then the other one is critical strike damage. And then this is going to pair up very well with Cavalcade because you get plus 5% critical chance for every 10% of magazines spent during continuous fire. It can stack 5 times. Then every time we do a critical hit, it can even hit air, right? You can miss. But every time you do a critical hit, Charmed Reload will actually reload 1 bullet from your reserve into your magazine. So the idea is you build up a lot of critical hit chance, and you'll hardly ever need to reload. And you can continuously fire this weapon into your targets, right? So yeah, there you go. The curios, though, one of them is going to be 3 maximum stamina. So this is the best, like the highest value you can get for a stamina curio. Perk is going to be ally revive speed, combat ability regeneration, stamina regeneration. The stamina regeneration is going to help with the pushing that you do for this build. So with the Arc Maul, you're going to want to do a lot of block pushing, but also you want to do a lot of energized block pushing to get out AoE brittleness and electrocution off. Right. The other one is going to be 16% maximum toughness with stamina regeneration, toughness regeneration speed, and combat ability regeneration. The other one's going to be maximum toughness as well. Same kind of setup, right? Except I think, yeah, this one is actually just doing combat ability regeneration, toughness regeneration speed, ally revive speed. So these things will stay the same for both these variations of the same loadout. So let's actually look at the talents here. We're going to start on the left-hand side and work our way clockwise. We're going to get Uncapped Arrestor. We want to hit a little bit faster, so we're going to grab this. Melee attacks grant stacks. That'll like speed up the melee attack speed 5 times. Adaptive combat calibration. This thing can cleave pretty good already, but we kind of just need to get this so we can get the Uncapped Arrestor. But adaptive combat calibration will give us plus 30% melee cleave while above 50% toughness, and plus 30% melee impact while below. Flux conduit buildup. Critical hits generate 5% capacitance or 4 seconds. Last stand relay. We get plus 6% critical hit chance. Increases to 10 when we're at 0 charges. Which, it should happen pretty often because we want to use Voltaic Emitter as often as we can. We're also going to get Power Redistribution Uplink. Critical hits restore 7.5% toughness and grant 15% toughness damage reduction over 3 seconds. Residual current buffer, gain 10% toughness damage reduction, increased by 2.5% per current charge. We kind of need to get anyways because we want to get to this side. Next is the Omnissiren Recharge Litany. So every time we hit 3 or more enemies with an attack, we can get 10% toughness over 3 seconds. Oh my god, that is loud. I need to pause. Sorry about that, folks. I had received a evacuation order for a wildfire, but that's on the other side of the mountain, and I'm quite a distance away from it. So no actual immediate legitimate evacuation order after I checked the details. That was just a warning notification, really. But I will keep an eye out for any wildfires. Again, I'm sorry about the loud noise. Okay, where was I? I think I was going to the Artificer Servo Skull. So we're getting this so we can get both of these nodes here. So if you don't know already, the Artificer Servo Skull can be used to attack non-pox walkers, elites, and specialists, boss monsters, monstrosities, captains, twins, whatever, right? Anything that's not a pox walker. You just need to double ping it. Then if you have the opportunity, You can send it to do data interrogations. Those little mini game things you have to do. So just double ping it, and then the servo skull will take care of it for you.
Just how did you find yourself in an
And then we're actually going to get the Medicaid servo skull. Part of the build is a little bit of team support because we're shocking a lot of stuff and stunning. And we want to have some way of helping teammates that go down. So just send this out there, get people back up on their feet. Lucifer command. This is going to help us take care of long-range targets or things that we can't reach. Like, snipers, those poison grenade dudes, flamethrowers, and it's also really useful if you're in the middle of reloading your arc rifle. Handy dandy. Okay. But coming up here to the northern section, we're going to get auto repair doctrines, replenish. Oh, whoops, I forgot. Power overflow. It's an important part of the build. So when we're at full toughness, 25% of excess toughness replenish is distributed to each ally in coherency. And this build is going to have a lot of different ways to replenish and get a lot of toughness back. Like this one, Auto Repair Doctrines. Replenish 3% toughness per second, increased by 0.5% per current charge. Shock Line Breach Protocol. Pushing an enemy grants 50% increased cleave for 8 seconds. Capacitor Reclamation Loop is pretty good. When we hit 3 more enemies when they attack, restores 1% capacitance. That's going to allow us to do Voltaic Emitter more often. Next is Voltaic Burst. Staggering enemies with a push applies electrocution, dealing damage and stunning enemies. 15-second cooldown. System Shock. Electrocuting an enemy applies 4 stacks of 2.5 brittleness to them. Entropic Transfer. Replenish 12% toughness or 4 seconds on electrocuting an enemy. Weakness Analysis Doctrine. 10% damage for 8 seconds when hitting anything that's been electrocuted, soul blazed, burning, bleeding, or toxin afflict the enemy with a melee or ranged weapon. Electro Strike Conduit. Melee critical hits electrocute the first target hit. Retribution Conduit. 10% damage versus electrocuted. Increased by 5% per current charge. Alright, so all the stuff I just rattled off, we're basically going to get extra damage versus things that have been electrocuted or have some kind of status effect on them, right? But most importantly, the System Shock, Voltaic Burst, and I think that was it. Yeah, those two is what is going to give us the opportunity to apply brittleness to everything that we shock, either with the what is it called, the arc rifle, or the arc maul when you do the arc lightning attack. And yeah, this also includes the electrified push block from the arc maul, so System Shock's going to allow us to apply brittleness that way. The aura is going to be Resurgence. We get 25 toughness. Allies and yourself gain, when everything's in coherency, regenerate 50% coherency toughness regardless of enemy proximity. Okay, that's going to work well with power overflow as well as anything else that will regenerate toughness, right? The faster that we get back to full, the more that we can give back to the team thanks to power overflow. The ability is Voltaic Emitter. Unleash a electric discharge around you. Enemies within 12 meters are electrocuted for 2 seconds, stunning them and dealing damage. When using Voltaic Emitter at 2 charges or above, ranged enemies within 30 meters have their weapons malfunction for 12 seconds. They cannot use it, and if they don't have a dedicated melee attack, Well, they're just gonna kind of stand around like a goofball. And the other part here says, when using Voltaic Emitter at 3 charges or above for the next 15 seconds, your attacks electrocute enemies hit for 2 seconds, dealing damage. We're going to also get Voltaic Overcharge. So when Voltaic Emitter is activated, it restores 25% toughness, plus an additional 1% toughness for each enemy hit by electric discharge. So if your team is getting absolutely hammered by a bunch of gunners, you can try, your best to run cover to cover, rush them, and then activate Voltaic Overcharge. Now, if you're at, I think it was like 2 more stacks, charges, you're going to shut them down. So kind of plan it accordingly, and hopefully you can pull it off so that your team can then follow up and annihilate them, or you can buy yourself enough time to annihilate them yourselves, or yourself. Next is Augmented Power Cycle. Generate 1% capacitance each second. Roby and Conductor gain 15% damage for 10 seconds on ability use. And we're going to use this very often, so this is going to give us a lot of damage over time. Precision Combat Augers, plus 15% damage on your next attack on a successful dodge. This is a heavy, melee-oriented build. We're going to be doing a lot of dodging, so we're going to get another good boost to our damage. We kind of need to get this anyways, but it's Hybrid Combat Covenant. Melee kills increase range damage by 3% per 8 seconds. Stacks 5 times. Ranged kills increase melee damage by 3% for 8 seconds and stacks 5 times. Power Overload. Kills by you and allies in coherency grant 1 stack of Power Overload. Elite and specialist enemy kills grant 2 stacks. Max 30. Reaching max stacks causes an overload and reset to 0. The overload grants you and allies coherency plus 15% damage and plus 15% toughness damage reduction for 8 seconds. The modifiers are going to be Invigorating Overload. You and allies can coherency restore 20% toughness and 20% stamina when the overload occurs. The most important one here is the static capacitor drain. When you overload 8 times, you get 15% damage. You overload 16 times, you get 20% toughness damage reduction. However, if you overload 24 times, it increases your capacitance generation by 25%. These bonuses last until death. But this is going to be a little bit tricky. If you're dying a lot, then this kind of gets shut off, right? And you have to rebuild all the overloads. So if you're having a little bit trouble with this particular setup and you're dying a lot, you probably want to then try out this second variation of the build. Alright, so I'm taking out everything that's on this side of the skill tree. Right, so everything from Augmented Power Cycle to the far right here. And we're putting everything into this portion here. We're continuing off from Uncapped Arrestor into Force Distribution Actuators. And I think this variation of the build is actually more combat effective. This is Force Distribution Actuators, and it says your pushes have 75% impact when at or above 75% stamina. So you don't want to spam all the push blocks or the block pushes. You want to kind of stagger them. Do a couple and then stop and let the stamina regenerate. And it's going to regenerate very quickly because you have the stamina regeneration stuff from the curios. Next is going to be Sustained Assault Doctrine. We're going to be melee anyway, so might as well give us stacks of plus damage, right? So plus 3% damage on successful melee attack for 8 seconds and stacks 5 times. Next is Hydraulic Impact. Uninterruptible while charging melee attacks. Gain 15% heavy melee damage. And then we're going to get the Flensing Protocol's Keystone. This thing is going to just do a lot more for us than I'd say the Power Overload. And it's a little more forgiving because when you die with Power Overload, everything gets reset, right? However, with Flensing Protocols, you do lose stacks of it when you get hit either on your toughness or your health bar, but it's way easier to recover from getting hit. And it doesn't matter if you die or not. Alright, so what it says here is you have up to 6 stacks of Flensing Protocols. Each stack grants 2.5% damage and 2.5% toughness damage reduction. Taking damage removes 1 stack, can only occur once every 1 second. Elite and Specialist kills restore 2 stacks, and restores 15% toughness. So, Flensing Protocols is going to work very well with Power Overflow and with Resurgence, right? Because this is another way to regain what's that? 15% toughness. Okay. Where's the? Oh, here we go. The most important part here for the modifiers is the Servo Sinew Surge. Each stack grants 1.5% critical hit chance and 1.5% melee attack speed. So this is going to allow us to hit faster, and that's going to allow us to build up more critical hit chance, which is going to be really useful for the arc rifle if we do need to switch to it. But it's still pretty good for the melee weapon. The other one here is Higher Purpose. Elite and Specialist kills restore an additional 5% capacitance. Handy dandy. So remember, when we're using this in Damnation, Orc, and Havok, there's going to be a lot more Elite and Specialists compared to, say, Heresy. Okay, so this is going to work very well on higher difficulties and give us back more capacitance. The last one here is Honed Dissector. This is just going to increase the stacks to 8, so it's going to give us more critical hit chance and more melee attack speed. Okay, so that's the build, the 2 variations of it. I've shown you everything, and oh yeah, just in case you don't know how to actually do the activated special attack for this and do a AoE shock field on the push, I'll show you here. I'll do a quick little demonstration. Alright, so to do it, just press the button for wherever it is on your end. You activate it, it's glowing, go to your block, and then hold down that, and then there you go. Everything's got some stacks of brittleness. Oops. Reactivate it. So it does a pretty good job of, like, you saw AoE, it got everything. It can be pretty far, right? Pretty cool. Useful if you get absolutely swarmed by a bunch of dudes, right? So let's just build this up real quick. It does regenerate. The power charge does regenerate slowly over time, but it recharges faster when it hits, though. So use these guys as your fuel source. Alright, so let's just do a quick little demonstration. Just gonna surround myself by a bunch of these reeks. Alright, gonna activate it. See? Pretty cool, right? And if you stagger the pushes, you can remain at 75% and above. You can do 2 in a row before it goes below 75, right? So there you go, good demonstration. And hopefully that will get you ready to roll out to try the build. Now, let me just check my notes real quick to see what I have for our demonstration. Okay, so I want to show you two different sets of demonstrations. I'm going to pair two different things together. I'm going to pair the Voltaic Emitter Flensing protocols with Voltaic Emitter Power Overload together. One set is going to be for Damnation. The other is going to be, I think, is going to be for uh, what Havok is this one? So Havok 15 for Emitter Flensing Protocol, and then the other one is, let me find it. Oh, no, no, I do not have a second recording to pair it off with, so I just had to check my notes. I misremembered. I only have a recording for Havok 15 Voltaic Emitter Flensing Protocol video demonstration for that. But we can just consider that as a little bit of a bonus to kind of give everyone an idea how this can perform on Orc, or not Orc, Damnation, and on Havok 15. Alright, so if this is the only thing that you're going to watch, I appreciate it if you can, before you head out, help me out by liking the video, sharing any other kind of tips you think that other people can find to be useful and help improve their gameplay, and to subscribe to the channel. Change that notification to all, and I'll let you know when I have more videos like this go up on the channel. Now, I oftentimes just test things out on Damnation. I know it's not really high in difficulty, but what I'm hoping to do is give you different builds to try out on higher difficulty levels and give everyone a bit of a challenge and try something new. And then if you do try it out on higher Havok levels, let me know so that I can know how it went and how well things, went for you. I'd love to hear from you about that. Anyways, I'll play the video demonstrations, and I hope you have a good one, Rejects. I gotta go. Bye bye.
We'll handle the rest from there.
Enemy dead! Holy! Oh, no! Stop fighting!
Heads up! I'm reloading!
So many so perhaps should not worry. Yes.
Sounds like a plot to me! Who's the next greatest
Activate the device.
Every shadow is watching us. I don't like it.
Behold! The tech warrior seeks atonement for something!
Controlling system failure registered at Manufactorum HL1736. Enemy action indicated. Facility is non-expendable. Counter-infiltrate and restore coolant before catastrophic failure. Deploy cryonic rods in matrix core to bring the system under control.
Is it me? Or is it unpleasantly warm around here?
Auspex readings indicate temperature lies within acceptable levels.
Where there are weapons, there are black marketeers.
Violets, the door is sealed. Find a release. Proceed through ventilation tunnels with all haste.
Heavy weaponry can subdue a populace. It cannot guide us.
All indications are that the cryonic control rods can be located within the control chamber.
Ice shield! Watch for a compound! Major kill!
This is maintenance area AF-134K. Advance to production line AF-135K.
Earth is gone to pieces!
In this moment, we are reminded of old facts.
Nuncio and Miller! Outrunner!
Kindly do so. We are not
We have a medical station!
Space station.
watching me. It makes my skin crawl.
We must learn all that we can of your capabilities.
My capabilities are reduced when I'm uncomfortable, which is what you're making me.
Understood. We shall factor this into our data folio.
Hold your ground!
Grab some cover! Dig in and get some air!
Ranger identified.
Regular, pacified!
Lose and kill!
This precursor kills with aptitude.
I tried to pull my weight! The trapper is down!
Back off! Now is the real fight!
Not you and Thriller in motion!
Red light! Heads down!
Ranger neutralized!
Ammunition present on West
Ranger sighted!
Stay close. There is strength in numbers. Slight as they are.
We concur. Unity is all.
We can't let him pin us here! Have a shotgunner! We have a ranger!
Duty. Ranger has been unfortunate.
Beauty pacified!
Corrupted ones await you. Bring us function upon that Ranger. Stand your ground. We are assailed.
Stand out here!
Destroyed.
Do you feel you have
Elect is elect! Ammunition!
hound brought
Ready, gunner!
Ammunition.
The hound won't trouble us now.
Sniper is to be destroyed.
Be assured I would never give you the satisfaction of doing others.
Next objective, prime and deploy cryonic rods. System intrusion required. Deploy data interrogators.
Fight, unblessed one.
Again?
little mess.
Your kill tally pleases the office I have
Medicaid station! Russell, do you see
Data
the
stream.
Medicaid?
Acceptable quality.
Fine, Callie.
Burster identified. Underway.
Buster's gone to pieces.
Oxford's unmarked for death.
Now that's untidy.
Voltaic discharge.
Interrogate error. Attend to it.
Conclusion imminent. Should have put that out.
Fire! Death! Renewal! Fire! Death! Renewal! Fire! Death!
Main protocol enabled.
Raise all you want! I cannot argue with results. Bring that music down!
Iterative bay is nearing completion.
Solitary engagement is inadvisable.
You should come back! But you probably won't.
Alpha Primus, there is Medicaid.
Cryonic rods acquired. Commence implementation and system flush.
Ranger is dead. Shotgunner marked for destruction.
All things being equal, I wish I died aboard the Tancred Bastion. Hello?
We see no way to return past this point.
Be gone!
Ranger marked. Port more powered. Regulated people. Ranger has been unfunctional. Ranger destroyed. Bomber is to be destroyed. Undertaking voltaic discharge.
suspect I'll mourn you when the block father killed you. But not for long.
When unfunction finds us, we will face it without fear. Large numbers of corrupted ones approaching. The legs provide structure to precursor existence. We... You can still function.
Task, varlets. Redeploy cryonic rods to where they are needed.
You feel you have something to prove, Lexi?
Where is this required?
Take the shiny blue stick and put it in the hissing box. Can you do that?
Your function can be restored. Mutated hound.
Even rates for me.
I suppose I better not aggravate the battle.
Bomber's dead.
Alpha Primus no longer functions.
I suppose I better not aggravate the battle. Muti cleanse.
Resupply protocol unblessed one. We require ritual.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly feeling superior.
In that box now. It is dead. Voltaic activated.
Phase 2 complete. Trigger emergency coolant.
Utilize Medicaid.
Extraction cleared.
I won't be sad to leave this heat behind.
precision. We commend you.